Can I just keep talking until I decide on a career I'm suitable for? Or is the only career I'm really suitable for the kind that doesn't involve opening my mouth at all? It's something I just have to test and guess at, and I think at the moment it's poetry. I'd rather be slamming than doors and paychecks down. And how about some tequila to get this party started? Yeah, I curse of the camera lens. I don't think I'm all that fun to hang out with. So no wonder no one's paying any attention to what I put on the internet. But here's one. Getting through every career that can be started on YouTube. I'm gonna do a makeup tutorial, because I can't stand to look at my features this washed out right now. The haircut I'm pretty much jiggy with, even though I've got a considerable Doug with mange bald spot shaved in, but no one can see it, so here I go, getting my supplies. And if we were editing, there would probably be a cut here, but I thought, well, let's just put the whole shitty afternoon online and we'll see. Maybe my true talents are usually left on the cutting room floor, and I wouldn't want anyone missing out on a good gopher or a back and forth walker or an organizational psychologist of some kind. Yeah, if you keep your makeup in 3 different baggies all across an apartment, and then you will be immune to 3/4 of all diseases, because it turns out that everyone with autism, schizophrenia, and bipolar disorder keeps their makeup all in one place. Ha ha ha, put that one on the degree and smoke it. This is my one tool, and I don't remember where it came from. Here's the trick. Draw on eyebrows. Yeah. Oh, look at that. I could be a clown. And then blend it like it was eyeshadow. And there's supposed to be a black, gray, green, brown. Wow, it took me a long time to get the colors on that right. There's supposed to be a brown eyeliner hidden behind the mirror over there, but I don't actually believe in that, so we'll just have to make this as smooth as possible using a mascara brush. Does all our viewers know what a mascara brush is? It's one of these feathery wonders. I could be remedial makeup tutorial. And then I'm gonna take the black side and do it around my eyes. And then remember to consider the natural shape of your face and the expression you want to exemplify. Sorry, exaggerate. Especially when you're secretly turning into a clown on screen without anyone watching. But I could put this in a clown college audition, I think. Oh, I tried to develop a clown persona. I don't know, the only theories I have left as far as why it hasn't worked is I'm as clown can be. Like, what are they? Okay, the meanings of clowns. Oh, look at this. I tried to make a pun out of the words philosophical and clowning. Clownisophical. Clown, yes. Oh wait, it's black for the eyelids. There. Now aren't I easier on the eyes? But here's a little trick that I don't tell you when you go go to the bar. Putting on a layer and a half of edible paint doesn't make you any better at conversation than you were before, so you can be staring into the most famous and beautiful and ever youthful creature you've ever seen, and all she can say is, how about the weather, and how about the sports, and how about I got a job working management at a Potbelly's, and then I got promoted to office bitch at an architecture firm, and one of those is a lie. Two of them are, actually. I was never called office bitch, but office, whatever you are, gender-wise, go sort the samples is kind of as far as they want. Good God, now, are my iris is asymmetrical, or... Oh, well, I'll leave it up to the makeup professionals to decide. I used to do stand-up pretty frequently, but then I got told too many times to sit my ass back down, and it's just almost like a performer in solitary confinement, isn't it? Coming across a YouTube channel that nobody watches. Is there any way for people to hide the views that they put on my videos? Like, can I have a secret imaginary audience? Oh no, that's just me talking to the stuffed animals again, isn't it? Oh. Alright, what are we gonna do as far as entertainment goes? I could fill a tequila bottle with water and... Okay, I said I'd do anything to see what talents I had, but I don't know if my roommate would be too happy if I drained our one hard liquor supply. So what else do we have that I could consume for entertainment? Because that's all my ideas are right now, is consume something on screen. Oh, here we are. An ashtray. And a lighter. Maybe this will go down into the history where people don't smoke anymore. It's tobacco officer friendly. Get out of my apartment, please. Whatever my roommate has, I think I either caught it or we both had it at the same time, and that's why we were walking past that church at the same time. Here's the storyteller time. How did my roommate and I meet? So, I was strolling through Evanston town, and a voice in the sky, I've heard a voice or two in my time, told me, sit us down on the curb and enter that building of worship, you're overdue. And I thought, no, I don't think my kind are supposed to enter there. There's something kind of ungodly about my religion. Or at least not particularly compatible with a single Catholic God. No, he's gotta have a girlfriend by now, so the deities I've been worshipping and the fine pieces of lady flesh meat have been worshipping him. It's kind of incestuous, don't you think? Just three dudes running the whole shebang. The Father, the Son, well, fathers and sons together? I don't think so. And then there's the Holy Ghost. What do you think the Holy Ghost is made out of? Because I think he's a scarecrow. Just sitting out in the cornfield, and there's a father-son team running the whole farm, and they're like, oh, worshipped again. That's not worth much here. Let's go pay the water bill with paper scraped out of... Where does paper come from? Okay. Crops? I saw crops and animal flesh. Okay. I'm out. Right, I was gonna keep talking until I got a career. Today on the weather. Beautiful gray skies all across Evanston County, township, townland, village, city. I don't know what a suburb is on the weather report, so I'll mark that down for training needed. And it looks like it's gonna be drizzling all day. What do you think, guys? Could I be a weather person? I doubt it, because they want either a man or a woman on those news reports still. Oh, look at that. Bitter, non-up, trans, girl, man. Are these selling anywhere? Buying anywhere for anything but sexual favors? I don't think so. I always get queasy when they put actors upside down on screen because I just think the blood is going in the wrong direction. We are killing brain cells for our entertainment. I think the last one was Avengers. I was just like, they'd better have faked that because that guy is upside down too long now, in my professional opinion. There. It was my modeling career. I sucked in my cheeks and looked fierce for a moment. A tutorial, then. This is kind of one of those standoffs between me and time, you know? Just, I think I've explained already the parameters, but I like to fill the empty void with voices. Maybe that's all part of the disease, or maybe it's the cure. I don't know. Is anyone laughing yet? Or are we sick to shit in our diaphragms of laughing? Because it's almost like we've got a laughing equation. And it turns out most of it is how much are you going to pay the good laughers to attend the show, to fill the seats. Don't put them in the front or second row, and then turn the camera on the actual audience once in a while, and they'll just be like, okay, yeah. Okay, I kind of related to that. That's what actual reaction is there in here anyway. But they're filling the backs of the auditory recordings on all of our tube materials with this raucous, almost threatening voice that I can't mimic. I think it would go against what passes for religion, that one of us is going to talk humorless and hopeless and jobless at length, and the rest of us are going to scream. Just scream instead of laughing next time someone offers to pay you for the sound. Or are they all, oh goodness, 45, 50, 60, 70 now, and used to do it? I think so. I think we are a skipped over generation, as too long and too old are growing the experienced and those who already have established paychecks. Then maybe it's different on the other side of, yes, I did earn my degree land, but stay with me in the drop zone. How many years did you go? Oh, 2.5. Yeah. Well, that's enough to put you deep enough into debt that you'll never get an apartment again. I was spared that, but I wonder about the people who weren't. Doesn't I like them as an audience or something? Or are they too used to entertainment being put out by those very generations that have taken our jobs from us? Wait, yeah, a generational war, wouldn't that be something? I could be a revolutionary, mark that down if anyone's drinking along with careers I could have. But what would we revolve for? I think it's connective entertainment, where we actually get to engage in what movie reviews, that's what I'm kind of good at. Or should I say wild, out of this world theories on what was actually meant by the lines and costumes recorded. Now, I really like what's happening right now in film, because it's been in the process of being made for so long that it could possibly comment on some kind of longitudinal trend in what we need and want and what we argue over. I can say first of all that Civil War was originally, wasn't it, if I'm not mistaken, about mutant registration, and there wasn't a single mutant in the Civil War film. How'd they get the title? I don't know. Maybe I'm mistaken. And the mutants never really had anything to do with it. Maybe it was always the Avengers going private, public, government run. That was the main point of conflict. Or maybe it was one of those, like, side plots, you know? That they just didn't want to muddy the script with any further. Which would make sense, yeah. So I decided I don't actually know the comic books well enough to do a comparison. I'm just going to pretend this is an analogy for an actual war, and which countries are represented by which Avengers. Well, not witches, I hope, but wasn't it Superman represented Russia? And I'm gonna go off on a limb and say that no, Captain America isn't actually an analogy for Superman, because Superman is kind of anti-military, isn't he? And Captain America is a captain for a reason. So Superman is Russia, and the closest we have to Superman is Iron Man. You know that they write those comparisons in on purpose. Man of Steel, Man with Iron Skin. Sure. If we cross the universes, I think Tony Stark would be played by Clark Kent. Wouldn't that be interesting? It's Russia versus America. We've been doing it on screen for long enough that I think anyone who's seen James Bond would believe me. Or Archer. You know, it's almost like those two countries who are actually too clever to get into an actual war, like to pretend once in a while. And I was on board with Team Red, that's all we can really call them. It's red versus blue. That until the point where he recruited a 12-year-old to get beat the shit out of for the sake of stricter regulations on who is and isn't allowed to be enacted. Okay, so he's got a free agent recruited, and his side though is that they should no longer be free agents. So he's taking Spider-Man out of his New York small-time crimes, saving the slums position, and elevating him to a point of only being able to act if he's called in by the government. And then I don't know if he adequately explained to the boy Spider, Peter Parker, what would happen if Tony's team won. Anyway, it's a good thing I switched sides because they eventually ended up being wrong. Okay, so it's a sober 2 in the afternoon movie reviews is, I think, where the spinning dial of what can you do for a living landed. But right now, all I have to do for a living is be a reasonable roommate, and don't try too hard on the getting a real job front, because that's the biggest risk I've put it to my current employment, is spending too much time trying to get into employment agencies after they've closed or they're too far away, and I would have more of a budget if I hadn't put $4 into getting on and off the train. So, whether my birth parents approve or not, I mean, they're my only parents, but I just tag that one on once in a while for some reason, is that trying to get another job is what I'm gonna say. is costing me more than just being peacefully, artistically employed. He called it a fellowship. So, what am I, a hobbit, an elf, or a dwarf? And then it's like, wow, I used to do this in public at parties. I would just get on the no one to answer my call-outs train, or maybe I would lose everyone around me and just motor through vocally or verbally. Well, it's probably a disorder, but I haven't named it yet, so it's going to be called Ryan Francis Drunk at a Party until we have something better to call it.